whether they can get any progress on taxes. To GOP fundraiser Noel Nickpour, how that is falling out among the fundraising set, and Washington Free Bacon contributing editor Daniel Halper. Welcome to both of you. Noel, I'm sorry. You're looking at this drama building on the Hill, and I keep reminding myself, wait a minute, Republicans, you run the show here. You have the White House, you have the House, you have the Senate. I know in the case of the Senate by narrow margins, but how do they go back to their constituents and say, remember the health care thing? Can't do it right now. Remember the repeal thing? Now we can't do that right now. This is not good.
No, Neil, this is actually horrible, and we don't really have an excuse. And if we have one, I would really like to see it. I mean, we've even got the RNC chair, Ronna Romney McDaniels, coming out saying, look, we got voted into office for this. People voted on repeal and replace Obamacare and tax reform, and this is bad. But I think the problem is bigger. Look, the Democrats unified, and they got together, and they passed Obamacare. And like Nancy Pelosi said, they didn't even know what was in the bill. But they had one thing over us. They're in unity. And we don't.
And they did have bigger margins. I'm not making excuses for Republicans. They did have bigger margins. But the fact of the matter is they did stay united. Now, of course, it's easy to stay united in the opposition now. Republicans were united in the opposition then, Democrats now. So, Dan, where's this going now in the next phase, the battle over tax cuts?
Well, that's the key question, right? Can they actually get anything done? There hasn't been much movement, right? And there's not much coming from the White House. There's not much on Capitol Hill as far as actual, tangible actions, especially following through on things that they promised. So I think with Obamacare, it sort of goes to the side because there's not much they can do. There will be some sort of bipartisan groups forming. There will be some sort of talks of how else can we do it another way, a third way. But in order to get any of that done, they need to have some action on tax reform, as you suggest. They need some momentum, and if they had tried this approach to just repeal it and then, sunset it for 18 months or 2 years later, they could have done that maybe the first week of President Trump's presidency. But now I think it's obviously way too late to get any sort of momentum.
Noah, one of the arguments had been there's far broader agreement on tax cuts than on health care. I'm not entirely sure of that, given the reaction that the House Budget Committee has gotten to its blueprint for a budget that conservatives are already railing against for cutting not nearly enough, even with $200 billion in largely, big government programs, domestic programs, and moderates saying you're going way too far. So I guess the point being, if health care was tough, it looks like tax cuts are going to be even tougher.
Well, we'll never know, because I think a lot of people I know, I've come on your show and a lot of your guests have said, I wish that Paul Ryan would have started with tax reform, but
right.
He did not. This sets up a bad play for what's coming up next, which is we're going to work on tax reform. We've got a lot of pressure. We've got a lot of pressure, with the markets to get tax reform right. We can't mess around with tax reform. We can't mess around on health care, but obviously we fumbled the ball on it. So now we're going to push that aside and head towards tax reform. But we've got a lot of other pressures, with tax reform that we don't have with health care. If we fumble the ball on both of this, I don't know what's going to happen.
No, game over. Whether it's justified or not, it's game over. But, Dan, we are waiting to hear from Senate leaders on what next on health care. I have a pretty good idea, if the president's indicating anything, that they just wait for the Obamacare to just implode, or at least that's what he seems to think is going to happen. Even a repeal effort will likely fail. So what do they do? What's your sense of what they do on that?
Well, they're going to try to, as you say, move it to the side and just sort of move on to other business, I think. That's my guess, because there's no action on these other two proposals. Right. And so, they need to do something on tax reform, obviously. I don't know if it's radical that they need to do.
I think every day that goes by, Dan, I'll defer to you and Noel on this, every day that goes on, it gets less radical. You know what I mean?
That's probably the case, and it's probably just going to be a simple tax cut because it will be the easiest to pass. But the problem is that it will affect less, and it will come short of their promise to radically reform the tax code and to shorten it, which is what Republicans have been promising for a very long time.
They're not going to do anything radical. I hope I'm wrong, Noel, but my feeling is they might do something on the corporate front, the individual front. I don't know. That might be dicey. Then, if that's the case, what do you think?
On tax reform and health care, both of them together, I will say one thing. The Democrats are sitting back and kind of smirking and laughing and saying, the GOP is going to fail. But guess what? when they're up for midterm elections and people are going to look at the Democrats, they're going to be like, well, you set, and you set in defiance. So you're not going to work with the Republican Party, even though Schumer came out and he said, we're willing to work with you. The door is open. They're not going to give a little, though. We know that. But I think when it comes down to I think if the Republicans can't get along with health care and tax reform, I think we're going to have no choice but to go to the other side and work with the opposition, like, Joe Manchin and